What's up, Poetics? What's going on, man?
Hey, what's going on, Evolution?
Hey, man, it's one of them days where I think it's just gonna be all right. You ready to get this thing rolling?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's go. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? This is your dude. I'm about to say your name, bro. That's one of them mornings. This is Evolution. This is what's going on, and this is my right hand, and this is what's going on. Shut podcast. What's your name, bro?
Poetics in the building. What's
All
going on,
right,
everybody?
poetics in the building. Shoot, man. It's one of those days, bro. I think it's gonna be all right though. It's gonna be a nice 70 degrees here in Kansas City, man. Uh, let's go ahead and get these sponsorships knocked out, and then I got a couple of announcements to make. JG's Lounge, TGBTG, Golden Diamond Productions, and Vibe. VYV comes in a little vial. You shake it, sniff it, and then get your thought process geared up for the day. Just go to myvibe.com, type in Lution15, Lution15, and get that discount and help support the show. All right. So, got a couple of announcements today. This is March 30th. Just happens to be the birthday of one of my siblings, Kay. Happy birthday today. I hope you have a great day today and forever and so on and so forth. Burn After Playing clinical trials is getting ready to hit you real soon. And it includes yours truly, Evolution. Hope you like it. Look for that pretty soon. Also, I got something going on again. I got a documentary that I'm getting ready to shoot as I go to the Philippines. It's going to be pretty interesting getting that all lined out now. It'll hit you real quick. Just, that burn After Playing clinical trials will hit you real soon. But that, documentary comes soon after. And me and my man Poetics, we got some poetry coming your way. Look out for that. He got a little something for you. I got a little something for you, and we got a little something for you. Just a lot coming out there. So look for it. But yeah, man, we about to get into it. I got the comments open. Looks like we got somebody on the line. What's up? Good morning. Thanks for your support. And let's get into it, bro. You ready?
Yes, sir.
All right, so this is an extension from something we did already, which is titled Love, Trust, Honor, and Respect. When we did it the first time, we kind of highlighted those terms and the strong points of those terms and whatnot. Today, we're going to get into the function of successful relationships. Man, I'm having a hard time this morning, bro. All right, so let me say that again. Love, trust, honor, and respect, the function of successful relationships. Man, just going off of that title, bro, what you got?
Sounds like it's gonna be fantastic. I'm looking forward to that.
All right, man. All right. So let's start off with the first one, man. Love. It's give and take, bro. With careful consideration of your partner. I have to say that at the end of it, because some people just don't kind of get that portion of it, or they kind of overlook that portion of it, or they kind of bypass that portion of it. What you think, bro?
Absolutely. I think you have to basically, in everything that you do and every decision that you make, you have to understand that it doesn't just affect you. It also affects the other person that you're with. So you definitely, again, to your point, you would definitely want to make sure that you're considering them in everything that you do. And if you do that, things will turn out pretty well, I think.
Man, absolutely. And the reason that that's kind of highlighted strongly at the end of that is because, sometimes in a relationship, for some reason, a couple people out there, only two, it's not everybody. Strongly understated. They get to looking at things from their own perspective. You can call it selfish, you can call it whatever you want to call it, but at the end of the day, it's just something that you do not consider your partner and how you look at things, man. You want to elaborate, bro, or you good?
I think I'm good, man. I think you did a good job.
Hey, thanks, man. Do you have any examples of that?
Of, yeah, definitely, man. You a lot of times, for example, I can actually use a personal example. Uh,
Mm.
I've got me and my wife's 3-year anniversary is coming up on April 10th.
Hey, congratulations, man.
Appreciate that. And so, of course, she doesn't know it, but she has a large surprise awaiting her, but she has no
Hmm.
clue what it is. She knows that I'm going to do something, but she
Uh-huh.
just doesn't know what it is yet. So
Right,
I,
right.
I think, it's funny. I actually had a supervisor ask me, um, when I put in for the time off, he
Hmm.
asked me, "Hey, are you guys still in the honeymoon stage, or have you feel like you've been married for a while?"
Mm.
So I gave him, I think, a rather unique response and told him that um, our goal we approach it a little differently. So our
Hmm.
goal is to kind of never exit the honeymoon stage.
Man, there you go. Man, that's classic right there. It's a bullseye, by the way. I think you said it all when you said we're gonna always stay in that honeymoon stage, man. I think that's where people miss it. They miss the point, bro. When you start out in the honeymoon stage, you got to do all you can to stay there, bro. You know what I'm saying? When you lose that intensity, I guess I can say it like that, you lose a lot, bro. I think if people focus on how they approach that honeymoon stage, the excitement behind it, the effort behind it, I think, man, a lot of these relationships will go a long way, bro.
Absolutely.
All right. So you good? We gonna move
Yes,
on to the
sir.
next one?
Yes,
Sweet.
sir.
So the next one is love is speaking without saying. In other words, you got actions working instead of words. What's your thought process on that, bro?
Absolutely. I don't know. I'm sure you've heard the phrase "love is an action word."
Yeah.
So, so I mean, it's one thing to say "I love you" to someone, but
Hmm.
it's a whole nother thing or a whole nother level when your actions prove that you love that person, and they can kind of just sit back and think and say, "Oh, he loves me" or "she loves me,"
Right, right.
and I think it's more of a different effect on them because they don't have to wonder. They now
Mm.
know, yeah, this is confirmed that you love me.
You know, man, words are powerful, especially if you use them in the right way. I mean, they're even powerful if you use them in the wrong way. It's just going to be a negative effect. But it's something about those actions, bro, that speak louder than words. And people kind of lose sight of that too. You know what I'm saying? Uh, when you turning your back cold and putting your nose in the air and not speaking to somebody and you know what I'm saying, throwing those little sound effects in on it. And those actions, man, they're saying a lot. You know what I'm saying? What you got, bro?
Absolutely. Communication, I think, is one of the most vital parts of any relationship. But I think
Hmm.
when it comes to a significant other or a spouse, you
Hmm.
definitely want to keep those lines open.
Hmm.
And the I guess the beauty of life itself is that you're not going to always agree on everything,
Right, right.
and it's okay to have those differences.
Hmm.
You just want to make sure that when you're addressing those differences or grievances, that you
Hmm.
can do so in a way that doesn't offend the other person, that
Right,
they
right.
can actually receive whatever it is you're trying to say.
Mm. Hey, man, as you was talking, I was kind of visualizing what kind of actions would be so powerful or more powerful than words. What I came up with was when you see your partner, instead of saying hi or I miss you, just grab them, give them a big, strong hug, and just hold them there for a minute. Rock back and forth with it. And they're going to be like freaked out probably, but they're going to be like, oh, this is cool. You know what I
Mhm.
mean?
Absolutely.
So yeah, that's what I was thinking, bro, as you was talking. And it really, whatever was going on before that moment, it brought it way down and smoothed it out, just from that
Right.
one little action, man. So actions, keep that in mind, y'all. They're powerful and more powerful than words, believe it or not. And words can be very powerful. You got anything else on that, bro?
No, man, I think we're making precise points, I think.
Hey, I'm with that. So the next thing for love we got here is, you mentioned communication, but it is all forms of communication. Good communication, which does not include bias, selfishness, such and such, said this and all that other good stuff, man. What you got, bro?
Yeah, man, absolutely. You definitely want to come from a place of love
Mm,
when you're trying to communicate with them, because if you're in a state of being biased, no matter what they say, and I mean the
mm,
other person,
right.
you will never be able to kind of comprehend or grasp it,
Mm-hmm.
because you're only trying to prove your point or get your point across. It's not
Boy, boy.
it's at that point which we talked about that word,
Uh-huh.
that suffix, but it's a part of that'll be a real strong point of discommunication there. So you definitely want to stay away from that.
Absolutely, man. And I got some examples here, like my best friend said, mama said, or my pastor said.
Oh
Uh,
my goodness.
but it's one I left out, and it just hit me as you was talking. Somebody always trying to be right, or always trying to get that last word in. Man, what you got for that?
Yeah, I think we are people, let's just face it, people have become so petty in life.
Ooh, the P word. Ooh, ouch. Go ahead, bro.
Where we just kind of, a lot of times it's all about, I want to get the last word, or I want to get this point across, to the point to where it can be actually detrimental to the actual point that you actually, or to the result that you actually want to happen or occur.
Man.
So I think you I think we just kind of have to get out of our own way sometimes.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. And kind of drawing back to that honeymoon state of mind, none of that occurred when you was in that honeymoon state. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It was just you and your partner, nothing in between. Y'all was upfront about everything, honest about everything, communicated about everything, and it was just a loving and caring environment, bro. You got anything on that?
Man, absolutely. When that person knows that everything is coming from a place of love and care, it
Mm-hmm.
it, it kind of just has this aura and this ambiance of feeling different.
Mm.
For example, my wife, she loves to cook, she loves to bake,
Uh-huh.
and it's kind of like, I think her meals are not only so good to the taste because they're actually good, but it's almost like made with love, you know?
And good to the soul, bro.
Right,
I feel
absolutely.
you. I feel you on that one. Man, that's a great statement, bro. Things are not just done; they're done with love, and there's a huge difference with somebody cooking something for you with love versus somebody just throwing something on and putting it on and preparing it and putting it in front of you. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right,
Just telling you it's on the stove or it's in the kitchen. Go get it. You know what
right.
I mean? uh, attitude is everything, man. And then really love kind of controls all that. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Love just totally keeps all that stuff in check if it's right. You know what I'm saying? Um, so that's my thoughts, bro. You got any more? We're moving on.
Yes, sir. You made the statement and used the word attitude.
Mm,
Yeah, man. When your attitude is right and your heart is in the right place,
mm,
it carries an ambiance that sets the whole tonality for your relationship and what you want it to
right,
be.
right,
So,
man. Love the attitude checker.
man, man, man.
All right, so next up we got love is a team effort, against life situations, children, family, friends, and everything else. Wow. What you got for that, bro?
uh, for me, man, it's pretty simple. When things
Hmm.
are, I guess, difficult or most, difficult, you
Hmm.
definitely want to have something other than physical attraction. Because a lot of times, people, they're so physically attracted to someone that
Hmm.
they feel inspired to stay with that person for, I guess, the trophy husband, trophy wife mindset,
Hmm.
right?
Right, right.
But it's like when you have something that's stronger than that, that LOVE word that we've been using and breaking down.
Hmm.
Things are not going to always be convenient. So when things are rough and things are hard, you definitely want to have something that that foundation actually stand on.
Absolutely, man. Foundation. I'm gonna use the word bond. Foundation is a great word, but I'm gonna use the word bond because when I was reading this, uh, when it comes to children, family, friends, and everything else, those are things that can really try to come in between you and your partner. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to love, man, uh, you gotta have that bond to stay together when your children are trying to like play mom against dad. You know what I'm saying? Or your family's trying to come in between and say, well, I really don't like who you with, or they be doing this, and you know what I'm saying? All this stuff can happen. And your friends as well, man. Boys be like, yo, dog, why you kicking with her so much lately? You ain't kicking it with us. I'm like, really? Do I have to explain that? And same with the girls, we need our time. We need to go have our girl. Come on now. When you say those same things as a boy or one of the girls, just like you need your time, guess what? Those two need their time. And their time should always outweigh the time with y'all. What you got, bro?
Absolutely, man. That's a great point. It's obviously important to have relationships other than your relationship with your significant other or spouse.
Yeah.
But um, truth be told, it's kind of to your point, that significant other or spouse has to definitely be prioritized number one.
Mm,
And they have to feel that prioritization of being number one.
mm.
So, if you can kind of accomplish that, you're really set up for success for sure.
Hey, man, for sure, man. I mean, you can have those conversations all day and check the boys on where they stay and where they lie. But sometimes your significant other need to hear that conversation too. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Uh, your boys give you a call and your significant other right there. Sometimes we want to step out the room, but sometimes we just need to stay there and be like, hey, look, I'm chilling with, my significant other, whoop de woo. And we gonna do that today. I'll kick it with y'all tomorrow or later on. You know what I'm saying? And that like you said, it gives them that comfort and understanding of their status with you and where they stand. And it's a peace of mind, you know what I'm saying? Yeah,
Excellent
that's
point.
yeah, thank you, bro. You got something to elaborate or
No, I think you did a good job, man. That was kind of a bullseye, especially going back to the attitude statement, man. I
hey,
love
hey,
that.
all right, appreciate that. Let's keep it rolling. One more with love here. Uh these quotes here are something you probably heard before, but maybe not to this effect. So love is thicker than water, it's stronger than blood, and lasts longer than life and everything that can occur in life. Woo! What you got, bro?
Wow. Actually, that's my first time actually hearing this, so
Yeah,
I'm
man,
loving that. I'm
that's
loving
an
that.
evolution, bro. That's evolution. Go ahead, man.
Yeah, man. It's funny you say that because I'm gonna take it here. You said
Okay.
love is thicker than water, and it's funny because you always kind of hear the statement of blood is thicker than water,
Yes,
right?
sir. Yes, sir.
So I love that that you've kind of almost used love in the vein of blood itself. That's
Boom.
great.
Boom, man.
You kind of you hit on a point, man. Love has to be. There's a scripture in the Bible: love is patient, love is kind.
Hmm.
It's basically all those things wrapped into the statement you just made.
Oh man.
So I think I think there's nothing else that needs to be stated.
Okay. Well, then I tell you what, I'll just say it again and then we'll move on. Love is thicker than water, is stronger than blood, and lasts longer than life and everything that occurs in life. And I'm going to highlight this: it
Wow.
lasts longer than life and everything that occurs in life. So if your love is right on point, like it should be nothing at all that can really interfere with it, and in fact, whatever happens should only make it stronger. You feel me?
Absolutely.
What you
You're
got, bro?
absolutely, man. I think to your point, love is a lasting part of someone's legacy or lack
Mm,
thereof, right?
boy,
So,
boy.
if you can leave that touch of love behind, I
Hmm.
think people have a tendency to remember you even when you're have transitioned to the next life.
Man, look, hey man, they got something to hold on to for real,
Right.
for forever. And it just passes on through stories and experience and memories and all that. Man, that was great, bro. I can't touch that. That was a bullseye for real. Uh,
Appreciate it.
so man, we done got hot on love for a second. So now we're gonna transition to trust. All
Hmm.
right, bro. First one on trust lineup is you can sleep deep and turn your back on it. Man,
Wow.
what you got, bro?
There's nothing like knowing that if you're in the middle of in a situation where you're at your worst, should I say,
Hmm.
or where you're in a peace in a state of mind of tranquility, you don't
Mm,
have to worry about trust doing something that'll destroy that peace and tranquility, right?
man, ain't nothing like it, bro.
I mean,
Ain't
I always say that there's no price tag on peace of mind. So
nothing.
when you can have that kind of level of trust that kind of transcends, in a way, understanding,
Mm, wow.
you're in a good
Good,
situation.
good word, bro. Good word, bro. And I'm gonna highlight the words that's actually there. You can sleep deep and you can turn your back on it. Um, you heard of the term "sleep with one eye open,"
Absolutely.
and you hear people referring to, they looking over their shoulder when they turn their back on somebody
Right.
because just the trust is not there. You know what I'm saying? Man, I cannot explain the difference in your stress levels. If when you're in a real situation of peace and trust, I mean, it's incredible, man. It actually probably adds years to your life, man. When you can sleep deep and not have to worry or turn your back and know that somebody got your back and they're not trying to stab you in your back.
Hmm.
Man, what you got, bro?
Man, that's a beautiful thought, and it's funny because it's such a beautiful thought that a lot of times I think when people hear something like that, they'll think, "Oh, this person is living in a real fantasy land."
Ah,
Um, but the beauty of that statement is there are literally people who live in this. This is their lifestyle every day.
for sure, for
And
sure.
to your point, evolution, I'm really blessed to say that I'm really one of them. To
Man,
be in a situation where you don't have to worry, that when no matter how good things are or how rough things get, that
boy.
other person has you unconditionally.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's rare, but it's good to be in that rarefied air, if you will.
Man, I'm glad you said that, bro, because that actually thought brought up something that I didn't think about. Um, I'm glad and happy for you and your wife, man, because you found peace, bro. But in some situations, man, only a couple, it's not a lot of them out there. Um, they don't have that, man. And the biggest issues with trust comes from their significant other.
Right,
You know what I'm saying? So I hope that it's only a couple of them out there. I really wish it was nobody out there like that.
right.
But man, trust is everything. You know what I'm saying?
You know, if I may,
Yeah.
you you made the statement just now that kind of actually, me, I love my music and movie comparisons and so forth. So I got
Absolutely.
another one.
Okay.
Uh, so what you just did kind of reminded me of the Tyler Perry movie. Why Did I Get Married?
Ooh,
Uh, the
wow. Okay.
the second one, which actually featured, I think it was Louis Gossett Jr. and I believe it was Cicely Tyson,
Uh-huh.
and they highlighted their marriage while they were on the beach, and they had this deep conversation of how how their heart grieved for
Mm,
a generation of people who will never understand or experience the kind of love that they've been able to achieve with each other.
wow. Over the
And
years. Wow.
right, and so I'm kind of like, yeah, man, when you can, man, it's like when you're on a path to have that kind of love, man, or you have that
Mm.
kind of love, it's like, yeah, it's like I totally understand that movie scene now in real time, kind of thing.
Cause you experiencing it,
Right, right.
man. So even when you watched it and listened to it, it didn't really resonate.
It,
You couldn't really understand it because you hadn't been there. But now that you've gone there, you're like, wow.
yeah, man, it's amazing because it's like I fully got it and I understood it, but
Mhm.
it's like to actually have experience in, from a first hand scenario is different, man. It has a different
Yeah,
effect. Yeah, absolutely.
man, that's incredible, man. I'm gonna move on to the next one here. Uh, as far as trust is concerned, you have no worries about it, man. People, only a couple of them out there. It's only two. I gotta keep it there, bro, uh, to keep the effect of it. A lot of people are dealing with worrying about their partner or worrying about their significant other when they're not around. In some cases, when they're around, bro, it could be in a public place or something, and they worried about their partner because the trust is just not where it should be. What you got,
Mm,
bro?
I think it's funny how that statement can go so many different ways.
Boy.
But I'll highlight one thing,
Hmm.
or let me do two instead.
Okay.
So one side of that is, if you are, and this is just more of advice for people, if
Hmm.
you're in a situation where you feel like, oh, I can't trust this person,
Hmm.
you don't want to waste their time or your time, because it's
Mm.
not fair to them for them to be in a relationship with someone who can't trust them or who doesn't trust
Boy,
them, right?
boy, but man, let me go here real quick. Don't lose your thought.
Sure.
Wow, this just jumped in my head when you said that. Ah, boy, baggage, man. If you got baggage from your relationship before, and the person you with now has done nothing that is altering trust, you can't bring that to this new relationship with this new person because that's gonna really spark some stuff to happen eventually. You know what I'm saying? If this person tells you exactly what it is and they do exactly what it is, you got to trust that person. You got to let that other non-trustworthy person go. You know what I'm saying? That's them. That's in the past. And it's hard. It's not easy, man. When you got scarred by that, it's very difficult, but you got to let it go and put that trust in that new person because they should be building that or they should have built it. But because you're dwelling on something that happened yesterday, it's not their trust that's going on with something. It might be yours. What you got, bro?
You know what's funny about that statement you just made?
Hmm.
Uh, you literally were gonna that's literally highlighting the second point that I was gonna make.
Oh, all
Is
right.
is we have sometimes, like you said, that baggage, having your own insecurities, no matter
Mm,
where the cause stems from.
right.
You have to find a way to be able to check that, because if you don't check your own insecurities,
Hmm.
you'll never have that success in your relationship that you've always wanted, because no matter who comes along, you're going to always have that thought process in the back of your mind of, oh, I can't trust this person because of what happened in my past.
Man, that's a hard place to be, bro. That's a real hard place to be. Hopefully, that's not the case. But if it is, look into it and look
Man.
real deep and look real fast, because that's like sweeping dirt up under the rug, bro. You're gonna trip on that bump before too long, right?
Right. Absolutely.
Any more? Or are we moving forward?
I think we're good.
Hey, all right. Appreciate everybody tuning in. I see you. Appreciate you always and forever. So this next one, when it comes to trust, uh, trust is something that you know without question, concern, or doubt. We kind of hit on that a little bit, but now we into it, bro. What you got?
Absolutely. It's kind of one of those things of, like that self-assurance
Mm,
of knowing that no matter what, right? That
right.
this thing is not only going to last, but it's going to thrive even through the tough times. And I like to
Mhm.
highlight that part there because everything's not going to always be roses. Everything's not going to always be total tranquility, if you will.
Right.
But when you have the right person, when both of you
Hmm.
are in the right mindset,
Hmm.
there can actually be peace in the midst of confusion, if you will.
Man, the quiet in the storm.
That's it.
Man, I love the term quiet storm, y'all. I'm about to go somewhere else. Let me keep it what it is. We'll get into that on another episode. Uh, all right. So, wow, man, we're doing some great things here. Um, Trust is something that you know without question, concern, or doubt, man. Um, you know, let me hit it here real quick. Somebody comes to you with something about your significant other, and
Mm,
it don't sound right, and it's probably not right. But if there's issues with your trust with your partner, you're gonna start to question it yourself. You know what I'm saying?
mhm.
But if you got that true trust, be like, oh, that ain't even nothing like they would do. I ain't even gonna even think about that or consider that. You know what I'm saying? What you got for that, bro?
You know what? I love that, man, because I'm gonna take this route. I love that statement.
Mhm.
I always say that we as people are always capable of any and everything. So
Wow.
I think we're all capable of, whatever situation that person who's trying to feed negativity into
Hmm.
your, I guess, world or your realm, but
Negativity, right?
we're also capable of the peace, the harmony, the positivity as well. So I think that
Absolutely.
again, when you've established that the trust, in your relationship,
Hmm.
that peace and that tranquility is going to override whatever evil, should I say? That
It tries to creep in, right?
absolutely.
And that goes back to communication as well, man. When you hear something about your partner from somebody else, you should go directly to that partner and say, hey, somebody came to me with this. I don't believe it, but I can't believe that this even is out there. I wanted to bring it to you first because I just heard it. And, what are your thoughts on it? Or is this really what's going on? Let me know what's up right now. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's nothing wrong with that, but that person might take it as, really, you don't trust me? You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
And then you can be like, yes, I trust you. That's why I'm bringing it to you. You know what I'm saying? This is
Absolutely.
out there. I don't know why. Then that's I just want to get it out the way. I don't think it's any thing wrong with that. What you think, bro?
Actually, bro, that's really a great point, and it really highlights again what you stated: communication.
Yeah.
When you keep the lines of communication open, I
Hmm.
mean, it's hard to have discommunication, right?
Right. Right. Oh man. So we gonna keep it moving, man. Wow. Trust. All right. I hope y'all listening. I'm about to say it again. Trust is the foundation of love. What? Can I say that again?
Yes.
Trust is the foundation of love. If there's no trust, there's no love. Bro, what you got?
I actually totally agree with that statement.
Mm,
If again, if, trust is that building block, you want to start on that solid foundation
mhm,
because again, when you have that trust, you're able to build towards love, and
mhm,
your communication is solid. because all those platforms are standing on love.
Boy,
All that, it's all standing on trust. It's, it's, man, it's really all, in a strong conjunction with one another. but
absolutely,
but
absolutely.
definitely, trust is, obviously the most vital part, especially in the beginning,
Hmm.
because you're trying to actually get to know someone and what their characteristics are,
Absolutely.
what their traits are, who they really are, really, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
So, yeah.
I, I'm gonna go here, bro, because I know people don't approach it like this, but every day you wake up in the morning is the beginning, bro. Because people alter, they change, they grow, they expand, they we learn something new every day. So we get a little bit older, life changes, whatnot. Every day is a new day, bro. So when you have that new approach every day, what you got, bro?
Yeah, man, I think you highlighted a really good point, and I think especially when it comes to our, significant others, our spouses, you
Mm-hmm.
have to understand that who they were when you met them
Mm.
doesn't mean that that's who they are, 2 years from that point in time, 4 years from that point in time.
Right,
We
right.
all change. We're all, steady evolving. We're all growing. And
Mm-hmm.
I think the key is just wanting to have that growth that's in unison together.
Boom, man, that's a bullseye 2 times right in the center. Yeah, say that again, bro.
That when you're growing, you just want to make sure that as you guys are growing, that you're growing together. You don't want one person growing in this direction and then the other person's growing in this direction. And now that communication is not what it once was, the
Mm-hmm.
trust is not what it once was.
Man,
All your important foundational pieces of a successful, relationship are kind of now on in the background.
man. Wow. So as you were talking, bro, I was thinking about a new couple that they all lovey-dovey, they smooching, they hold each other's hand, they got their arms around each other, grabbing each other's, you know what, uh, kissing the whole nine, man. And then you go down the block a little bit to a year or two, and they just walking together. There's no touchy lovey, nothing. And then you go down a couple more years, they one's right here, one's across the way. You know what I'm saying? Uh,
Oh
think,
man, go
go ahead,
ahead.
bro. No, no, go ahead.
Uh, Dog, it's funny because I I was at work yesterday and I actually experienced a situation that I've actually seen with my own two eyes where
Mm-hmm.
there's a couple, they're married,
Mm-hmm.
but they've hit even, I guess, a bottom that's even lower than, what you were stating, how
Wow.
when one of them actually comes home, the other
Mm-hmm.
one leaves.
Ooh.
So
Ooh. That's
it
bad, bro.
it goes really right into the point you were just making of how as time progresses, if you're not growing together, you really truly are growing totally apart.
Man, and I can't even imagine what type of environment that is, bro. But I do not want to be involved in that. But if you are, there's counseling, there's all kinds of things that can help you get back to where you were before. Um, it's not easy, it's a challenge, but however you got to where you are, you got to figure out how to get back. And if it's
Absolutely.
no help, the both of you aren't willing to do that journey together, then why are you wasting your time? You know what I'm saying?
Right, because 9 times out of 10, when you get to that point, you've probably really closed the lines of communication to a large
Man,
extent.
man,
So it's all about really just simply having a conversation. I'm simplifying this
absolutely.
situation because I think it is that simple.
Yeah, yeah.
Just simply have a conversation with each other and talk
Mhm.
about some real things. Ask each other, what does it take? Ask each other, first of all, how did y'all even get to this point? Right.
Boy, boy.
If you can kind of identify the root of the problem that got you there, you can kind of
Mhm.
probably identify a solution that can get you back to where you were.
Man, that's beautiful, man. And then also ask the question, are you willing to do what it takes to get back to where we were?
Right.
I mean,
Exactly.
I would think that'd be the best question to ask, just
Absolutely.
point blank, I don't want to waste any more of my time. I don't want to waste any of your time, but I just need to know, are you willing to do whatever it takes for us to get back to where we were.
Bullseye.
All right, last thing on trust, man. Wow. You thought the last one was great. Trust is the truth and the strength of the relationship. What you got, bro?
Wow. Yeah, man. It's funny, man, that word truth, right?
Yeah, yeah.
You know, when things are really true and I guess pure in your relationship,
Mhm.
there's such a little room to the point to where there's no room for anything other than so it's like you've elevated your relationship to the status of unbreakable.
Wow. Really? Unbreakable.
Uh-huh.
Man. Oh, that's nice, bro. That's real nice. Unbreakable. When I think of unbreakable in a relationship, when trust is concerned, have you ever seen a couple who was married for over 30 years?
Absolutely.
I mean, they just have something that most people don't, because a lot of people don't make it that long, man. But when you look
Right.
at both of them, even when they're separated and in different places, there's a look of peace and happiness on their face. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And when they're together, it's even stronger, man. And it's so brilliant that it's obvious that nobody needs to say anything. It's just there. You know what I'm saying? It's in their presence. What you got for that, bro?
That's a perfect point. Because the ambiance of your relationship kind of just resonates to others, right?
Mhm.
People can see and feel the strength of that relationship. You know, they're kind of like, and a lot of times people are in awe of a
Yeah,
relationship like that because they're
absolutely, man.
like, this is different. You know, this is unique. This is really rare. We don't see this all the time, you know.
Right, right.
And they're in a lot of cases, you know, when those people's hearts and minds are in the right places, they're really thinking, man, how can I get to that with my significant other? Or
Boom. Yes,
right,
absolutely, absolutely. And what we're going through today will hopefully get you that way, right?
right.
Man, so that's all we got on love and trust, but we still going. We're gonna hit honor right now. Honor is how
Hmm.
you view, treat, and present your partner to the world. Go, boy.
Wow.
Let's go. Let's go. What you got, man?
Oh man. So that word honor, man, I love that word.
Hmm.
You know, honor is obviously a testament to one's character,
Hmm.
but it's also a testament to the character of a relationship between two people.
Boy, boy.
So if you can kind of, you know, have honor towards
Hmm.
and for your significant other or
Hmm.
spouse,
Hmm.
a lot of times, you know, it really, you know, resonates with people in a
Yeah,
way that it's like they have such an admiration for you.
man. Look, um, when I read that, I'm thinking about literally presenting your partner to the world as the greatest partner in the world. You know what I'm saying? You would probably make statements like, because everybody gonna think they got the greatest partner in the world, right? So you just throw "to me" in the back of it. Say, hey, this is she's the greatest thing in the world to me. You know what I'm saying? She's my rock. She's my stone. She's my pillar. You know what I'm saying? What you got, bro?
Absolutely, that man. It's again, man. It's that it's just it's that unbreakable bond, like you know, to what we've been stating, you know, earlier, that's setting us up as we
Hmm.
continue to move along this thing.
Yeah.
You know, you when you know you have the best thing that you've ever had, and that other person has also had the best thing that they've ever had,
Hmm.
it hits different.
Hey, it does, bro, and it's way different. I mean, people kind of look at things on a small scale, uh, but honor, man, it's a bigger scale.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's a huge scale. Wow. So we're gonna keep going, bro. Uh, Honor is how you instruct the children to instruct. I mean, I'm sorry. Let me start over. Honor is how you instruct the children to interact with your partner. Um, my thoughts is going crazy right now. That's why I'm messing up. But go ahead, bro.
Yeah, absolutely, man. If you're in a situation where you have, you know, children from a previous union and you're, you
Uh-huh.
know, building this bond and this, you know, love with someone else,
Hmm.
yeah, you're definitely gonna have the honor to make sure that your, you know, offspring are like, hey, that they understand how they need to treat and respect the person that you're with.
Man.
You're establishing that boundary, and you know, it's funny, the beauty of what you just stated is a big huge problem in a lot of
Mm.
relationships with a lot of different people right now.
Wow.
A lot of times, you know, someone has children from a previous situation
Hmm.
and then they're trying to date someone else,
Hmm.
and then, you know, instead of them, you know, making sure that their children understand, hey, you need to respect this person,
Right, right.
you know, they allow this their children to treat this person any kind of way.
Man.
And a lot of times it obviously can destroy the relationship because they're like, man, you know, people are going to have a hard time being in a relationship with someone who can't respect them, especially if you're coming into a situation and you actually have to care for those children
Right.
and raise
Right.
those children as your own and
Hmm.
provide for them as your own. And it's like, but you can't discipline them and they don't have to respect you. Hmm.
Bro, that's powerful, man. Because I know there's probably at least a couple people out there dealing with that. Man, I gotta go here, bro. You gotta lead by example. You know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying? You gotta let your children know what you feel about this person, and you gotta make them understand that this person is not only caring for me, they're caring for you in the place of that other person who's not doing that thing. Uh,
Hmm.
and probably going to do a way better job as well. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
No, they're not your biological. However, boy, they in that position and they killing it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
What you got, bro?
Yeah, man, there are definitely situations that, yeah, it can easily be that, you know, when you found the right person for you,
Hmm.
everything just kind of falls in place like a puzzle, you know.
Yeah, absolutely,
You
absolutely.
they understand, oh, they have, you know, my significant other has children, you
Hmm.
know, if they know they're going to be with you and they know that they really want something special with you,
Hmm.
not only will they accept what you already have, but they're going to embrace that as their own. And
Boy.
on top of that, maybe they also have children of their own, right?
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
it kind of, when two people enter in that situation, it can be a beautiful thing because it's kind of like filling in the gaps of what was missing.
Man, look, and it's not never easy to step into that role.
Right.
But when you really care about somebody to that magnitude, what's important to them becomes what's important to you.
Absolutely.
Amen. And when you get that honor for that person, guess what? It comes back. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And if you got that honor for those offspring, guess what? It comes back too.
Right.
Nothing greater in the world than a child giving you that respect for someone who's not getting that respect. See what I just did?
Absolutely. I love that. That's perfect.
All right, we're gonna move on, man. Honor is paying your dues daily to show, prove, and remind your partner who and what they are to you. What you got, bro?
Wow. Yeah, man. I mean, a lot of times it's just a simple act of random kindness, right?
Mm, mm.
You know, whether it's you wake up in the morning before them and you're like, okay, I know that they like this. I know that they like their coffee when they get
Right,
up,
right,
or
right,
a lot of
right.
times maybe they're the ones preparing it, but maybe you beat them to the punch and you're like, you know what? They're still asleep. I'll have coffee ready when they get up, and when they get up, they'll be like, coffee for me, you know. So it's
Right,
kind of
right.
one of those things where they're like, you know, they understand that now that the love that they've, you know, given to you is
Hmm.
being reciprocated
Man,
back
look,
to them. And again, it's a testament to the honor that was established.
And again, the word daily is in there. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And the word show, improve, and remind is in there. You know what I'm saying? Uh, this is something that is continual. You know what I'm saying? You can't just show honor on day one and it carries through the rest of the time. No, 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 no.
Right.
That ain't how it works. You gotta always and continually bring that honor every day. And I would even say every day, all day. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Got anything else on that, bro?
I think we're good, man. I think we're hitting a lot of really good points, and
Hey,
I
man.
think they're effective points.
Hey, thank you. That's what we do for real. Back at you, man, for real. The next one, when it comes to honor, I know we've been kind of touching on it, but we're gonna hit it right here, bang in the face, smack in the middle. It's mutual. Honor is mutual, man. It's not like I'm giving you all this honor and you're not giving me no honor back. You know what I'm saying? Because that's lopsided. What you got for that, bro?
Man, that is the beauty of a relationship, is
Hmm.
to know that not only that you can give something
Hmm.
and add something to someone's
Uh-huh.
life and value
Hmm.
to their life,
Yeah, yeah,
but that in return, you see that reciprocity as well, that is
man.
brought back to you. And it's like, wow, because a lot of times, uh, there's the funny thing. And
Hmm.
certain people are natural givers, right?
Right, right.
Some people are not quite as giving. I'll say it that way.
Okay.
And a lot of times, they've been so, the people who are real big time givers have been
Hmm.
burnt
Mm,
for their heart, right?
right.
And it's like when they actually can enter into a situation with someone who understands how to actually give back to them,
Hmm.
they don't even know how to feel, you know?
Right. But it's beautiful, man. It's a beautiful thing because givers, honestly, they just give. That's how they are. That's their nature. And unfortunately, it's not everybody's not a giver, right?
Right.
Got a couple takers out there. I'm just gonna say it like that. Ugh. But when a giver, a natural, honest giver, meets another natural, honest giver, look out, man. Yeah, it's a powerful and beautiful thing. That's how they end up being over 30 years of marriage. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Wow. We're gonna keep it rolling, man. And I know earlier we made a statement. I'm gonna hit that after I make this statement. When it comes to honor, check this out. It builds trust. Hold on, wait a minute. It not only builds trust, it builds and secures trust. What you got, bro?
Mm. Yeah, man, it's that safety shield, right?
Yeah, man.
You don't have to worry about that person doing anything that would dishonor you,
Boy.
you don't have to that, and then that other person in turn excuse me, doesn't have to worry about you doing something that would dishonor them.
Man, man,
uh
that's a bullseye plus. We just throwing bullseyes today, y'all. But it's for the better benefit of life, right? So check this out. We just found out that honor builds and secures trust. And earlier, we found out that trust was the foundation of love. What are we doing
hmm,
here, bro? Are we doing something? Are we
I
doing
would say
something?
I would say we are for sure, for sure.
All right. So the next one up is respect. And
Mm.
right now, we're gonna cool off for a minute because it's getting hot in here. Talking about Nelly. Uh, we're gonna do a segment real quick, and then we're gonna come back to it, bro. You gotta hear this, man. This is a segment we call "I Didn't See It," and I didn't heard it
Heard it
all.
all.
Uh, I'm just gonna read it, bro. This is crazy. Rescued baby hedgehog turns out to be a pom pom from a hat. Ah, I can't make this stuff up, bro. Uh, oh man,
Wow.
A Cheshire England woman rescues what she believed to be an abandoned baby hedgehog, dude, and took it to a local animal hospital. Come on, man. Where the veterans told her she had actually rescued a pom pom from a beanie hat. Come on, bro. Oh my God. I just want to know, what was she smoking?
You know, I just can't help but say this. Sometimes
crying,
people have a tendency to place. I know
Oh.
I know this is supposed to be light, but I got to go here. Sometimes people have a tendency to place more value on animal life than they do on human life.
Oh man.
And I think that could have been maybe a result of that there, where you just so, and don't get me wrong, obviously animals matter. They're important to the system of life itself as well. But it's like, come on. You know what I mean?
I really don't. I've never been to England, so I'm gonna say it like that. But dog, you would think any person with a sound mind would know the difference between a pom pom and a baby hedgehog, bro. Uh, that kind of explains a lot about humanity at the moment. At least one human. Uh, Dog, that blew me away
Wow.
when I seen that. I'm like, come on, man, really?
Wow.
That I didn't see it, and I didn't heard
Oh,
it.
no.
Woo! All right, man. Let me loosen up a little bit. It's getting warm in here. Respect. All right, we on respect now. We talked about love. We talked about trust and honor. Now we on respect when it comes to relationships. When it comes to respect, uh, it happens behind closed doors and in the public eye. What you got for that, bro?
Absolutely, man. You know, respect is something that most people are trying to demand.
Mm,
And a lot of times I think, you know, you have to kind of slow down
hmm
and you have to understand that respect is earned. You know,
Boy,
you
boy.
you know, when you're operating in a different capacity,
hmm
you understand that a lot, that people sometimes they do give you respect, and that's only because maybe you're carrying yourself in such a way
hmm
that they feel respect is just automatically due, right?
Man, look, and it does make a difference, bro. I don't want to cut you off, uh, but I'm thinking about how people dress as a, let's say, an interview, a job interview. Uh, you go to a job interview, your hair is not combed or cut or
Hmm.
done, styled right. Got on a t-shirt. You just came from doing a job somewhere. You've been painting or something. There's some paint drippings on your clothes, and this is your first presentation at this interview at the job, right? Uh, and if you explain your scenario, it might make sense. What's that movie with Will Smith and his son Jaden? Pursuit of
Pursuit
Happiness.
of happiness.
I
Uh-huh.
think he had a scenario in there where he was painting, and he ran, time got behind him, and he made it to the interview anyway without one shoe on, right?
Right.
And he just straight point blank say, "I know this looks really ridiculous, but this is kind of how my day went. But this interview was so important to me that I had to make it no matter what. And I hope that my presentation doesn't interfere with your selection process. Does it happen every day like that? No, but they went for it and they selected him, and boom, he was one of their best people, right? But just think how much better that interview would have went if he had made it there without the paint on him, without, with both of his shoes all clean and tucked, looking and smelling good, like 100%. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
What you got, bro? What you got?
Absolutely, man. It's one of those things where we're correlating this thing not just from an individual perspective, but we're also bringing it back to how it can help you function in your relationship, right?
Absolutely,
So
absolutely.
understanding that when you're carrying yourself in a way that people know you have a real true respect and appreciation for that person,
Mm-hmm.
uh it just kind of it's one of those things where, you know, again, the actions are speaking louder than the words, right?
Absolutely, absolutely, man. And I want to chime in real quick and say, kind of highlight what's been read already. What happens behind closed doors happens in the public eye as well. So you don't want to look ratchet at home, right?
Mm,
You want to look appealing, and no, you don't want to look ratchet outdoors. You want to look appealing, but you want to give your partner that respect. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to dress up and go out to look good for others, right?
right,
You want to dress up and look like that, the bomb diggity for your partner. You know what I'm saying? You want to look good and smell good at home, even though you might be lounging, and you want to look good and smell good for your partner while you're out, but not for everybody else, for your partner, right? So
right,
you got an aura piece. You're like, yeah, dog, this is what I'm with. You know what I mean? I mean,
right,
that's a confidence booster. You don't want to go out
right,
and be like, why you wear that? You know what I'm saying? Well,
right.
go ahead, bro. What you got?
I love that, man, because you're setting a precedent, right?
Absolutely,
You
absolutely.
want to it shouldn't be I gotta look good today
Hmm.
because I'm going here. Your
Right,
thought
right.
process should be, hey, I am with my significant other
Mhm.
every single day. So I
Boy.
should look good for them every
Mhm.
single day. It's more of a how would you want to be treated,
Mm.
So that's how you kind of should treat your significant other. It's that again, it's that reciprocation, but it all is going to have, respect attached to it.
Absolutely, absolutely. And then you dressed a certain way for that person to notice you in the first place, right?
Right.
And now you think you got that person so you can look like whatever. No, that's not
No,
how it
you
works.
got to, yeah,
You got to keep that attention banger going. You know what I'm saying?
right,
You got to walk past and they looking at TV, and if they still looking at TV after you walk past, then you got to change that, right? And
right,
then if they watching TV like this and you walk past and they're like, oh, okay,
right,
now you know, right?
right.
So let's keep going on. Go ahead, bro. What you got?
Oh no, I was just thinking that that's a great point, man.
Thank you. So now, with respect, we're gonna move on to the next one. Um, it happens when you both are together and when you both are apart. We kind of touched on this earlier, but now we're gonna hit right up front with it. What you got for that, bro?
Yeah, man. Respect, right?
Hmm.
So when you're with your person and they're with you,
Hmm.
um, a lot like I think you mentioned it before, how sometimes in the beginning when you're in that honeymoon stage, how hands are interlocked, everyone's happy, and
Yeah,
then
absolutely.
maybe you fast forward down the line 2 years and they're not the same level of happiness that they
Hmm.
once displayed visibly before.
Right,
The key,
right.
ladies and gentlemen, is to really never get to that point, right?
Boy.
I mean, you really want to continue because there's some kind of level of respect you have for that person in the
Hmm.
beginning that
Yes.
made you feel this way. And then maybe because you got, and we as a people, we have a tendency to get comfortable. So, don't let yourself, it's okay to get comfortable for sure, but
Hmm.
you don't want to get so comfortable that your respect value for that person depreciates.
Man, that was perfect, bro. Uh, and I want to go here. I want to go here because sometimes when we get around people, friends, family, whatever, sometimes it happens so consistent or so gradual that you might not even realize you're doing it. But when you're with other people, sometimes you downplay your partner. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Uh, or kind of have little remarks that don't really build that person up or show them the respect that they deserve. And this is like when you're together, right? And then so when you're not together, it also happens there too. Whether no matter how gradual it is or how sharp it is, uh,
Hmm.
you get with other people like, I ain't tripping on them. Let's go do this. You're not considering that person. You're just kind of not giving them the respect that they should have especially if they were standing there. You know, that's what you think about. If they were standing here right now, would you really have this character about yourself? Would you really have this attitude? What you got, bro?
Oh man, that's a bullseye point, man. Doing it's kind of doing things in that person's absence.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you have to, like you said, you have to operate in a way of when that person is absent.
Mm-hmm.
You have to operate as if that person is there.
Boom.
You can't say, okay, because this person isn't here, I can do this.
Right.
And then when this person is here, I know I wouldn't do that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you, again, it's simple. I think we as a society have just so overcomplicated the practices of a healthy relationship,
man,
that when people come with the points that we're making and we simplify them, people are like, really? It's that simple?
It's that simple.
It's really that simple.
It's that simple. It's just like making a decision to eat the ice cream you just bought, right?
Right.
It's gonna happen, bro.
Right.
I ain't gonna pay for no ice cream. I ain't gonna,
I'm not
knock
gonna
it down.
consume. Right.
Right. You know, if you got problems eating ice cream and stuff like that, well then think of something else. You know what I'm saying? but you see what we're saying, right? You got it, right? So next on the list, are we ready to move on, bro?
Yes, sir.
All right. Next on the list, when it comes to respect, it is spoken, it is in your thoughts, it dwells in your heart. What you got, bro?
Man, yeah. I mean, you kind of, I noticed that when you find the actual right one, right, you do kind of have a tendency to speak differently, you know?
Ooh.
You have a tendency to feel, yeah, man, this person makes me feel this way. This person makes me feel that way.
Yeah.
I can't imagine my life without this person being in it.
Boy.
You start you start making statements and having an analysis on even life itself, because you're like, wow, I finally found something that's worth me staying in and pursuing, as opposed to something that you're like, well, if I don't have this anymore, I mean, okay, fine. But so it's just a different level of respect, man, when you actually have respect for that person.
Man, I gotta say this because I think this is very, very important. We've said a lot of important things today, but check this out. You meet someone, and like you said, it just, they strike you so hard. It's like, wow. But this is the key. You might realize this yourself, but this is when you know you got some. When people are looking at you and they be like, "What's different about you?" You know what I'm saying? Or you're in an argument with somebody about something. That person walks up and you're like, "Oh, hey, how you doing?" Whatever you was arguing about, just immediately gone to the side. This person has that much effect on you that whatever was going on seconds before they made their entrance, it's just immediately just shut off. What you got, bro?
I got two really quick examples, man, and I think they'll be, pretty effective.
Okay.
For women, when they, maybe your girlfriend see you and they're like, there's a glow about you that's different, right?
Okay.
And because women have a tendency to be able to notice that kind of thing.
All right.
And the woman that it applies to is just kind of like, yeah, ever since I met, such and such, everything's we've been just really firing on all cylinders and everything's been good.
Man.
And then my second example is for us as men. So when other brothers see us, they like, man, I got to be honest with you, man. Ever since you met such and such, you've been doing things and operating a little differently, man. And sometimes it can have a positive effect for them, and then sometimes you got to be careful. Sometimes they might get to having a little bit of a disdain because they themselves don't have that, so you got to be careful with that.
Exactly, and it's out there. It's probably not on purpose, but it does happen, and hopefully they can just be focused on finding the right one for themselves, right?
Absolutely.
Man, That's powerful, bro. It is spoken, it is in your thoughts, and it dwells in your heart. Man, that's powerful. We're talking about respect, y'all. You ready to move on?
Yes, sir.
All right, I want to elaborate on that, but we're gonna be in the 3 hours if we don't keep going. The next one up for respect. It is the bridge to honor. It is the road to trust, and it is the form of transportation that takes place and takes you to love. Man, whoa, wait a minute. Whoa, what did I just say, bro? Let me back up a minute. We talked about the other stuff that led to the other stuff, right? But we talking about respect now, right?
Mm-hmm.
It is the bridge to honor. It is the road to trust, and it is the form of transportation that takes you to love. My man, what you got for that?
You know, the beauty of that statement is the beauty of that statement. I mean, that statement or concept is a point unto itself, because people have to realize that in life, especially in your relationships, everything has a process,
Man.
that, nothing that's worth having is going to be easily acquired overnight. Typically, you're going to probably have to go through some things that you probably in the time you rather not go through. But when you actually come out on the other side, you realize you're better for it, and that it prepared you for the one that you were ultimately supposed to be with.
Man, wow. That's priceless, bro. That's priceless. I'm not going to elaborate that. I'm just going to let the statement hit. You know what I'm saying? Let the statement hit. I'm going to read it again. It is the bridge to honor. It is the road to trust. It is the form of transportation that takes you to love. We talking about respect, y'all. And the last one we got on respect here is not only that, it is a component of honor. And honor is a component of trust. And trust is a component of love. They consistently work together. If you don't have one of these, you don't have none of these. What you got, bro? What you got?
I love that point. If you're lacking in any of those areas, you're going to be lacking in all those areas.
Boy.
Because you don't have a way to actually manage all of them, right? If you're trying to only manage trust, but you're not trying to manage honor with trust that you have for that person, I mean, it's still going to be things that are going to be out of whack, right, in your relationship. Right. So if you can, you definitely have to balance those scales.
Man, without a doubt, bro. Man, you hitting it, man. I mean, it's just straightforward, for real. Everything we're saying right now is just straightforward, and you gotta let it sink in. I know it's hitting you, it's just smacking you upside the face, but you gotta let it sink in. And this is all for your health. You know what I'm saying? This is all to make things better for you and what you got going on. No matter what, man. So, with that being said, let's switch it up just a taste, man. Let's switch it up just a taste, and let's talk about what interferes with a successful relationship. Let's talk about that. And the first one I got here is bad or no communication. We kind of hit that before. What you got for it, bro?
Definitely. Man, if you don't have communication or, bad communication, you might as well kind of just, this is kind of funny, but you might as well just go ahead and get the tombstone out for that relationship. I mean,
man, you're not talking about digging a hole 6 feet, are you?
I mean, it's kind of the equivalent, because you guys are not able to communicate, but most importantly, if you're not able to communicate successfully, because a lot of times people are trying to communicate a point of view, or you mentioned it before, maybe a biased point of view. but you have to be able to, communicate successfully. What does that mean? Just being able to communicate in a way where the other person can receive what you're saying.
And also have total and complete communication. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
A lot of people want to hide certain things from their partner, or just not tell them certain things and tell them almost everything or almost the whole truth. And come on, yo, this is a person you dedicate your life to, you having children with. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Let them know it all. Let them know everything. And you'd be surprised when you do that how much better things will get. What you got, bro?
Absolutely. Because again, you're setting the tone for how you want your relationship to be.
Boy.
If you can do all those things, that other person can see it and they're like, maybe we do have something, because now they're not just going, a lot of times when you go into a relationship, you're just kind of seeing what happens, right?
Right.
And when you're starting to get down to the nitty gritty of it all,
Hmm.
you want to make sure that you're able to communicate with that person that I'm serious, that I take you seriously, and that you want to be taken serious as well.
Absolutely, man. And sometimes when we get in relationships, negativity happens. And what I mean by that is you get to just looking and focuses on the things about that person that irritate you and drive you berserk.
Wow.
It can happen, especially over time. However, I challenge you to focus on the things that you appreciate about that person, because in most cases, if not all, what you appreciate about that person totally and completely outweighs what you do not appreciate about that person. What you got, bro?
Wow. This actually hits really close to home.
Okay.
Personal experience prior to my wife.
Mhm.
I was in a situation where the relationship was really around those dynamics that you just presented, where,
Wow.
you know, uh, she, I think she appreciated me to an extent,
Hmm.
but there were times, a lot of times, where she would focus on what she thought I lacked or
Mm.
what she thought I should have, achieved at that point in time. And, you know, the funny thing is, eventually, which didn't take long, I got out of that situation.
Boy.
But I guess to broaden your point, later down the line, this person actually reaches out to me
Mm.
and was like, they really appreciated me. In short, they had a way of wording it, but
Hmm.
they really appreciated what I brought to the table, right?
Right.
And then I guess the biggest point that I'm getting ready to make is that I responded back to this person and let them know, yeah, I'm actually married now.
Uh-huh.
And I think, that person never had responded back since, but I know that that is all based on total regret.
Yeah, absolutely,
You
man. You
know,
don't miss your water till that well runs dry, bro.
you
Uh,
focus so much on, what you thought I was missing, that
mhm.
you failed to fully appreciate what it was that I brought to the table. And now
Boy.
you're kind of like realizing everything that I brought to the table really actually enhanced your life.
Mm. Boy.
And now you're missing that enhancement.
Hmm.
And right,
There you go.
it's just highlighting evolution's point with a personal experience.
Boy, and it's nothing better than a personal experience, bro. We're gonna move on to the next one. When it comes to things that interfere with successful relationships, we mentioned it already, but we're gonna get into it a little bit deeper. Baggage from a prior situation. What you
Wow.
got, bro?
Yeah, a lot of times, people are, I always use this term microwave society. Because that's what we live in. Everything is available at the touch of a finger,
Mm,
at the touch of a button, it seems.
mm,
You snap your fingers, you can get it. It's just instantly, brought to you.
hmm.
And I think people don't want to take the time to actually construct a relationship from the ground up, right?
Wow.
They don't
Wow.
want to go through all the processes that you mentioned of being able to bridge this, to create this, to
Hmm.
get to this, to
Hmm.
get to that. They want, they just want it, you know, but they don't want the story, and they don't want to earn that right to actually have it.
Hey, man, I call it building a house. I might have mentioned this example before, but you can't build a house start with the roof. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You got to start with the foundation, and you got to put the structure up. Uh, you know, and then you got to just keep adding on to it until you get a full house. You just can't. It don't work like that. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people want to half step and shortcut, but in certain things, if not most things or all things, there are no shortcuts, man. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
When you try to, you have to start the race before you end it. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Absolutely.
The finish line don't come before the start. You feel me? Uh,
Right.
so yeah, man. That's what it is, man. Bad communication or no communication, baggage from a prior situation, and now we're gonna get into ooh, eyes for another slash betrayal. Things
Mm.
that interfere with a successful relationship. Man, what you got, bro?
You know what? I'm going to take this route. I
Okay.
like that. I like that. I like the question.
Okay.
I think, we as people have, again, there's so much out there,
Hmm.
and I think the beauty of life is knowing that even though you have your person, the person that you're supposed to be with,
Uh-huh.
um, you got to understand it's over 7 billion people in the world. So just because, you have total honor and dedication to the person that you're with
Hmm.
doesn't mean that you wouldn't be attracted to someone else, right?
Hmm.
I think the importance of it is to keep everything in perspective. So you have to make sure that whatever attraction you do have for someone else,
Mm.
you have to make sure that it doesn't go beyond whatever physical attraction may be, because it's too much out there. You're only human. And I
Right.
mean, here's the funny part of it all is you have to flip that shoe on the other foot.
Mm.
Your significant other or spouse is going to have people that they're attracted to. I
Right.
mean,
Right. Right.
it's just, it's just that's the way it goes. But again, when you have the trust, when you
Hmm.
have the respect,
Hmm.
when you have the honor, and when you have the love,
Boy, it should
e-
override all that.
exactly. That's the
Yeah.
point I was making.
That's the point to be made, bro. I don't think there's any other way to look at it. That's powerful, man. That's all truth. Wow. Yeah. Uh, take them eyes and get them off that other whatever it is, and
Right,
put them back on your significant other, your partner.
right.
And see the beauty in that person that you're with. Right. Keep it home. Keep it tight.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Next, man. When it comes to things that can interfere with a successful relationship, unwarranted jealousy or overprotection.
Hmm.
Did I sting somebody on that one?
Yeah, there's a lot of people you stung on that one.
Oh man, what you got, bro?
Okay. Uh, I'm gonna try to give some good advice here.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, before you enter into a relationship, okay,
Mhm.
let's do this. Let's heal from
Mm,
any previous endeavors that we've been through,
mm,
because if we try to enter a relationship broken,
mm,
you're going to probably get a broken result in that relationship, because you're not healed. You're not able to actually fully give your very best to that person, because you're
mm.
still hanging on, or even possibly pining for someone else that
Ooh.
you are not even yet over.
Wow, man,
So
that was strong, bro. Um, let me go here.
Hmm.
Jealousy is not a bad thing. Um, Overprotection has its place. I'll say it like that. Um, so when it comes to being jealous, yeah, we can be a little jealous. That kind of makes our partner feel good. You know what I'm saying? Okay, yeah, I feel you got a little jealousy. Okay, but when it goes beyond where it should be, the norm, where you like, I don't know, let's just say you start questioning your partner. You like them, don't you? What? Whoa, hey, wait a minute. No, no. My thoughts were somewhere else. Why in the world are your thoughts there? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Same with overprotection, man. It can get to a point that it's just really ridiculous. You trying to start a fight with somebody every time you go out with your partner, man. What you got, bro?
you know, there's nothing like experience, right?
Oh man. Go
It's
ahead, bro.
funny because same individual I mentioned earlier kind of had this dynamic going too,
Man, boy.
to where not so much the jealousy part,
Mhm.
but more of a you're just picking a fight,
Mm.
or you're picking a reason why things shouldn't be beautiful and continue to progress as
Mm.
they are on a natural pace to do.
Okay.
And it's like you wait till we went on this date. You wait till after that to do this. You know,
Okay.
uh, so it's kind of like you have to. I just think we as people have to get out of our own way. We have to.
Hey, that's strong too, bro. And that's hard to do, especially when you're that type or you're in that place in life. I guess you're dealing with those things as a person. It's hard to do those things. Sometimes we need help. Sometimes we need the right person to say the right thing at the right time. You know what I'm saying? And like you said, sometimes we just need to get out of our own way, bro. Uh, yeah, jealousy and overprotection can be a big, huge problem if they're not controlled and minimized or even eliminated completely. You know it. And if you got all these things in place, like we bring it to you, you won't have that. It's just that simple. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Wow. So, what else interferes with a successful relationship? The lack of what is true, or plain and simple lies,
Mm,
bro. You just can't build anything on lies, man. You got to be upfront and truthful and honest. You know, I hear a lot of brothers out there faking the funk. I'm this, I'm that. I got all this, I got all that, when they really don't. And it's incredible because I see these videos on the internet, right? These guys are dressing up like bums, or they just looking casual, and they trying to holler at these women because they look interesting. I'll just say it like that. And so the person that you're trying to holler at, they dissing them, they giving them all this bad vibes and whatever. So the dude's like, okay, I tried. So they go get in their whip, and their car is just hot. You know what I'm saying? It's like a banger, really expensive, next level. And then all of a sudden, the chick that just dissed them comes right back, and now they trying to holler at them because of the type of vehicle they got. What in the world? What you got, bro?
you know what? I've heard this recently, probably over the last few months,
Hmm.
and I'm going to definitely paraphrase and put my own spin on it.
Okay.
But it's a really short statement, but I think it's going to be really impactful.
Mm.
Um, Comparability to someone else's life that you're seeing is the thief of joy.
Hoo-hoo! Man, say that again, please.
Uh, Comparability to someone else's life or what you're seeing is the thief of joy.
Man, I think I'd rather have joy, bro.
I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Because
Wow.
we live in this time where social media is just what it is. We know what it is.
Yeah, absolutely.
And a lot of times you'll see somebody posting, look what my significant other or my spouse just did. They're posting pictures of their big, large home. They're posting pictures of the Mercedes and the Bentleys. They're posting pictures of the kids that they have and how everybody's dressed alike. And, people are always comparing their lives to things like that, saying, why can't I have this, or I should be doing this? And what they'll do is they'll take it out on their significant other. Like, why are you not providing this or giving this to me? And it's like, you don't know what these people are even enduring or tolerating to even have half of that stuff.
Right.
And they could be incredibly miserable on the inside and just trying to put on a good face for social media. But you want to live your life like they're living theirs. And it's just like, you don't realize how much better your life already is.
Boy, man, you couldn't have said that better. Wow. They're using social media platforms to create a false front, basically.
Right.
And make people think that life is like this when it ain't. And then turns out the life that you got, and you're looking at this stuff, wanting that stuff, which is probably what you really don't want anyway. Not realizing your life is already better than what they got. Man, that's beautiful, bro. Wow. Let's move on to the next. I can't do nothing with that. What interferes with successful relationships? What's next is the lack of confidence in you or your partner. What you got, bro?
That's huge.
Yeah, it is.
A lot of times, you come in to a relationship, and for whatever, things progress, and for whatever reason, you don't have a confidence either in your, like you said, in oneself or even in your significant other. And I think the bad thing about that, should I say the worst part about it, is because of your lack of confidence, your relationship will never actually bubble to what it actually could be, because no one has confidence in themselves or each other. Like, you'll never achieve what your best versions of yourself together could have been.
So basically, if I notice that my partner doesn't have confidence in themselves, it then becomes my responsibility to boost their confidence.
Right. And now here's a good nugget to what you just stated. I think that it's a rare scenario, but in that case, it could be enough to actually give that person some much needed confidence, so they start to see themselves as their significant other sees them, right?
Okay.
But I think a lot of times it just doesn't happen that way. But it just, every situation is different.
Right.
I guess my advice is just be careful.
All right.
Be careful.
All right. Yeah, man. Confidence and boosting confidence is tricky, but it's doable. You know what I'm saying? And it's worth it to see the end result, man.
Right.
Now, you don't want to boost somebody's confidence and they take off and that's all they got. They overconfident. You know what I'm saying? It's a balance. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, it's tricky, but you just got to work on that and keep working on it until it balances out, right? Wow. This next one, man. Whoo! I'm going to turn some heads on this one. What interferes with a successful relationship? Limiting. I'm sorry. Let me get it out. Limiting sexual opportunities for personal gain. What you got, bro?
A lot of times, women, y'all know I love y'all, right?
Here we go.
But I gotta take it here, okay? And this is gonna be better for everybody, including women, okay? So the advice that I'm getting ready to give you, please understand that there's a greater purpose for why this is being given. um, under no circumstances should you use what's in between your legs
Mm,
as a weapon
mm,
to try to manipulate your significant other or spouse into doing something that you want them to do. Um, because your thought process of, oh, if you don't do this, then I'm not going to do this.
mm.
You don't understand that you're creating an avenue of a whole nother set of problems.
Oh, and I'm gonna leave it at that. You got more?
I, I do, but let me say this.
Okay, okay,
Let me say this.
okay.
You definitely do not want, and the reason I'm saying this is because a lot of times, we talked about that word trust, right?
Right, right.
A lot of times, infidelity starts out of a situation like that, and I'll be
Mm,
totally honest.
mm,
Have I done it myself? Absolutely not.
mm.
But I do know of people in situations where these are really, good, honest men who
Right,
are actually faithful to their significant others, and
right.
because their wives or significant other says, "I refuse to do this because I'm upset with you for this reason,"
Mm.
things ended up going a different route in those relationships as a result.
Wow, man, I'm glad you said that because I didn't have nothing to say before. I got something to say now. Let's just say this scenario just created in someone's relationship where the wife is holding out because she's not happy or whatever, something happened that she thought should happen. Um, and this guy, he gets pissed off, he leaves. And we mentioned earlier about you seeing something that attracts you, right?
Hmm.
What's crazy is in those situations, usually when that dude or that woman exits the building, all those things that attract them is outside that building. And I tell you what, man, it
Wow.
it takes it takes love, honor, respect, and trust in those moments to hold that person together because everything they walking past is everything that they desire. Think
Hmm.
about that, y'all. What you got, bro?
That is such an excellent point. Yeah, when you're having maybe problems or issues in your
Mhm,
relationship or
mhm,
marriage, uh, to Evolution's point, everything, and I mean everything that that you find appealing at, when you're on the other person, when you're the other person on the outside leaving,
mhm.
is definitely crossing you at every twist and toss and turn. It's like, really?
Right.
And you definitely want to make sure that you're in a situation where both people understand that when you love, trust, honor, and respect that person,
Hmm.
let's just be real, y'all. You can't put them in that situation.
Man, that's deadly. It's really deadly to a relationship, man. You just can't do that, man. That's powerful, bro. Another bullseye. We got three more, y'all. Hold on, hang on. I appreciate everybody that's looking and listening right now, and everybody that's looking and listening later. We got three more, but this is very important. We breaking it down for y'all. Uh, love, trust, honor, and respect. Uh, and what we're doing with this right now, we put a little twist on it. What interferes with successful relationships? So we're doing all this to help y'all out. We got three more. This next one, it kind of builds from the one we just taught, but it's a spin on it, y'all. Check this out. Expecting undeserved sexual opportunities. What you got, bro?
Ooh, that's a tough one. So so I think we as a society have come up with so many dynamics and that kind of thing of what makes a scenario deserving, and one that obviously isn't.
Hmm.
For me, I'm gonna again try to keep it simple.
Uh-huh.
I don't think there's a lot of situations that would make it undeserving, but I do think there are situations or circumstances that can present themselves
Hmm.
that can put stipulations, right? So I guess a good example I would use. I know the dating world is different now. So a lot of women, when they meet men, they're like, "Oh, you got to court me and do this and do that and do this and do that and do that in order to."
Wow.
You fill in the blank.
Wow.
Now, here's the thing. As men, you're like, how many other men have been required to do this? Because remember, you're trying to make it a stipulation for your significant other or potential significant other to do all these things. But it was never a stipulation made before, and now you're trying to make it a stipulation now. I think that's very dangerous.
I tell you what, man. My response to that, what you just said, is that could not be it can be a bigger turnoff. You know what I'm saying? For somebody to present themselves in that manner, it cannot be a huge, bigger turnoff than something like that, man. That's all I got to say. What you got?
Ditto. I mean, right. Yeah.
Cool. Let's roll on, man. Clock is ticking. The next one is taking your partner for granted. What you got, bro?
You know, I think, again, comfort, right? It can be a great thing, and it could be a dangerous thing. And sometimes, you know, you have to balance the levels of comfort, right?
Absolutely.
You want to be so comfortable that things are that, you know, you can turn your back and know that there's not going to be a knife coming therefore after, right? Yeah. But you don't want to be so comfortable that you no longer care about how to make your relationship boom and bubble. You want to make sure that, again, there's balance.
Absolutely, man. And then taking your partner for granted, man, that can go a lot of different ways, and it can happen a lot of ways. But you just want to have that respect for that person, man, have that love for that person, that honor and that trust for that person. Because when you do things like take them for granted, let's just say you're planting a seed that something's going to bloom and blossom later that you're not going to like. It's going to be ugly. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
You know what I'm oh, wow. You got anything else on that, bro?
No, man, I think that's a good point. Good points.
Absolutely. So this last one, y'all, the very, very last one is, when it comes to what interferes with a successful relationship, check this out. It's failing to love, honor, trust, and respect. Boom. What you got, bro?
Yeah, I mean, if you know, the F word, right? Failure. If you are failing at anything, we all know what that really equates to.
Man, right?
You know, that means 9 times out of 10, you didn't even put in the effort to try to even make that be something that could have significant substantiation.
Right.
So if you are failing to, I mean, understand this, y'all. We know what our significant other likes, enjoys, and what they don't like and what they don't enjoy. You know what presses their buttons, and you know what makes them really pleasant. So I think if we could all manage to spend a lot more time of focusing on what helps make them more pleasant, we avoid failure.
A happy wife is a happy life, bro. Can't really say much more on that, man. I think we outlined just about anything and everything when it comes to relationships. When you look at it from the perspective of love, truth, honor, trust, and respect.
I would like to add just one thing.
What's up, man?
I think a happy life, happy wife, happy life statement,
Uh-huh.
I think it's kind of been kind of a little detrimental to society in a way of
Okay.
sorts.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll tell you why, real quick.
Okay. Uh-huh.
Um, because it implies that only the woman's happiness matters
Okay.
and that ours doesn't.
Uh-huh.
So I'll just add this: happy spouse, happy house.
Okay, that'll work. And I just got a reply from Janet. She said, "Not that it's not true. Happy wife doesn't mean your life is a happy one." Wow.
Thank you, thank
Uh,
you, thank you.
so yeah, man. I would like to know more about that. She says exactly. Um, I'm gonna test that theory, bro. I'm gonna test that theory
Hmm.
because if your wife is not happy, what kind of life do you have?
No, no, no. That's not really the point. So
What's the point
here's the
then?
point.
Yeah, you see what
The,
I'm
the
doing? What's the point?
the point is both people's happiness matters. But I
Ah,
think I
okay.
think
Okay.
society has kind of branded everything to
Hmm.
be tailored to the wife's happiness, no matter what happens with the husband. You just have to simply coexist and be present.
Ah, yeah. Okay. I had to do that, bro. I had to do that to make sure that everybody got what was going on today. I appreciate you, Yanni, for that input, no doubt.
Thank you, thank you,
Once
thank you.
again, thanks to everybody for tuning in. We had another tiebreaker, I guess, when it comes to record people tuning in. I appreciate all y'all. We're gonna keep doing this. We're gonna keep bringing more your way. What you got, Poetics, for exiting words?
Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Once again, there is definitely no us without you guys actually
Man,
viewing. So we appreciate you. Thank you.
all right. Appreciate your input, Janet, at the very end. That was exciting, and it definitely made a point, and you made a
Absolutely.
difference today. So, once again, this is what's going on. I am Evolution, and this is my dog, Poetics.
Poetics.
And we'll see y'all soon. We got some more episodes already cooking and ready to get served.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So, y'all will see us soon. And y'all take care. All right.
Peace.
Peace.